Hi guys, Spink here. This is episode 3 of Let's Play Kerbal Space Program. Where are we at? We've done our first 4 missions. Got a little bit of research going on. I'm going to talk a little bit about my upgrade strategy as far as upgrading the facilities go. Each of these facilities has 3 levels of upgrades. You start at level 1 and you can upgrade them twice for a cost that goes up each time. If you hover over the upgrade, it'll tell you what you actually get from doing it. This one lets us have more parts and gives us action groups. This one here increases the size of the vessel that we can do. This 18-ton vessel weight, that's going to be our first restriction that's really going to trip us up here. That plus the 30 parts over here. These two as far as building the vessels go. The tracking station and the research facility over here, when you upgrade those, that's what's going to give you those maneuver nodes. So like that patched conics visible in map, that's going to be our maneuver nodes thing. So we do those two, and that's a maneuver node. So my thought is these probably the first one will be the launch pad, and then these two in whatever order, and then this one. And eventually we're going to need to get to the R&D place, because we're only going to go up to the 100 science limit for these, and if we want to go higher, we've got to upgrade it. Upgrading the astronaut complex is going to let us do EVAs, so we're going to want to do that. And upgrading this one lets us do strategies more, but I don't really use strategies, so whatever. And then the whole space plane thing is another thing that I don't really do. So anyway, these 3 initially is what we're going to look after. Okay, let's see where we're at. We need to go to our next altitude record of 33,000. We have we can do a Sepratron and get 6 science for landed. Again, we're never going to do one of these big solid rocket boosters anywhere other than on the deal, so I'm going to kill that. That's way that's doable, but again, there's no science and the money's not great. So there we go, solid fuel booster. Yeah, 50 money, yay. Well, first of all, let's get us our 33,000 for doing this. Solid fuel booster. Well, the Sepratron will get us a little bit more money, so we'll do that one. Alright. See if we can use one of our existing things. The Sparrow. We'll start with that guy. Contains parts we're not allowed to use. What is that we don't actually have? Oh. This engine, because we haven't paid for it yet. Okay. What are we looking at? We are looking at going to 33,000 meters with a Sepratron. I think we'll just purchase this guy, so then we'll actually be able to use it. I think this is going to be good for our first, for our final stage. It's got a lot of delta V. The thrust to weight ratio is good. Let's actually pull these up here, because I want to lose that tank. And let's go to the offset and bring those in so they look a little nicer. That's a little nicer. Very nice. We'll put a decoupler here. There we go. That's going to be our first stage, or our final stage rather. And we need to get to 33,000, and I'm not sure exactly what I need to do to get there. So I always have to overbuild all of my rockets because I don't know enough to know how much I need. So that's probably wasteful of money, certainly. Now this, I think, is a reasonable amount, or probably too much, obviously, so there you go. With these, what's our weight? Down here, this is from the KerbalEngineer. Will tell us that our mass is going to be 1400 with those. Yeah, that adds quite a bit of weight. So I think I've got to go back and set them up again. Okay. That's very nice. I think I'm going to swap out that parachute for the radial parachutes. Let's bring those in. Maybe pull them down a bit. There we go. Very nice. So let's lose this. Whoops. Go back to parts. Parts. There we go. And we'll take a couple radial parachutes. What's this guy right there? Okay. I think we can get to 33,000. Well, hopefully I can get to 33,000 with this, which I believe is the same configuration we had last time, so I should be able to do this. I've done it before. We also want to grab our Separatron, which we are going to use landed as staging. Okay. And again, we'll take two of them. Oops, just two of them so that we're balanced. And we'll put them down here. And we'll have them go at the same time as that. They're not really going to add much in the whole scheme of things as far as engine power, but what's our center of mass? We're probably good enough. Okay, so let's save. Whoops, did I hit save or did I hit launch? Cancel. Let's hit save, then launch. All right, the Sparrow Mark I. Even though I changed it, I'm still going to call it the same thing just so it has a name. Okay, do we have any upgrades? We do not. Close. VAB, we're going to take 3 hours. So each of these ships we're doing is taking longer to do the reconditioning, and presumably that's because our ships are getting progressively larger, I would assume. All right, we'll get our Sparrow Mark I. Hopefully it'll still be daylight by the time we get this guy out on the bing. Yay. Okay, we'll roll him out. Warp to complete. So we're going for 33,000 meters. And the next one above that is like 56,000. So we get quite a bit of wiggle room here. Come on. And then things are, yeah, as the rockets get larger, that's when the lack of skill of the pilot becomes a little more pertinent. We'll see if I'm actually able to, how far we get before I actually start flipping one of these guys end over end. Okay, we're going to put the throttle. I think we got to max him. I think. Well, let's not max him because you never know. You never know. Okay. We have our staging. Looks good. Let me set the parachutes. We want to do pre-deployment at anywhere under 25,000, and I think we determined that the 25,000 or 2,500 or whatever I had before was way too high. Okay, now we could also just do all our science right here because we haven't done science from the launch pad yet, but we'll get that. We'll get to there. Okay, get rid of that. Whoops, not you. I want you. Something else to keep in mind is your battery power here. Electric charge. Your SAS uses electric charge, and when that runs out, not only can you not use SAS, you can't use any of your controls, so that's something you want to keep in mind. And as well as that, the life support uses that. So I'm gonna go keep that up. All right, so we're gonna, I guess we can land pretty much anywhere because we're gonna lose this whole bottom piece. We should probably, we've already done all the science at the in the water, so we'll land somewhere other than water. Okay, good job, Jeb. Here we go. Oh, I don't think I forget to drop the engine thrust, so we're going to be coming a little fast here. Look at that thrust to weight ratio, is pretty high. Now, if nothing else, it's inefficient. We're pushing too fast through dense altitude. But if you get too fast when the altitude is dense down there, you can actually damage or destroy parts on your ship. All right, we're going to 33. All right, we're plenty high here. Let's go this way again. Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Oh. That was deliberate. I did that on purpose, just to show you what happens when you go. Yeah, so you have to be very careful when you can't get too far ahead of your prograde node when you do that, or or you start doing aerobatics to the delight of the crowd below, which is why that happens completely. Yeah. Now that was actually a first for me in that I only spun around once, you know, before I regained control. So, which I think I only spun around once. Okay, let's get rid of this. What are we doing? No, get rid of that. That's good. Get rid of that. All right. 33,000. That's where we're after. 33,000. So we're at 22. We're doing good. Or what our apoapsis is going to be. Now it'll be a little bit less than that once we hit, because we're still in the atmosphere. So once we turn off the engine, it'll drop down. So we're going to want to give it some wiggle room. But we're looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. No more than 40. You think so? All right. I think I may have that turned down just a little too far. All right, we'll stop right there. Kill that. Let me bring this up just a smidge. Because, you know, Jeb has things to say, and we shouldn't be ignoring those. Close. All right. Okay, oh, are we in the upper atmosphere? Where are we at here? Crew report. Nothing we can tell. Oh, we got our stuff, though. We got our goo containers. So there's 9 science there, and we're not going to get 9 out of both of these. Whichever one, but between the two, we'll probably max out whatever we can get from that altitude. Okay, and we've got both of these. That's nice. So there's a good chunk of change there, and a good bit of reputation. So not much here, but we did get 6 science. And we are going to land. Oh boy, are we going to land in the mountains? Whoops. Nope. Grasslands or highlands, whatever that's going to be there. So probably grasslands. Okay. We have plenty of gas left. Or fuel. Okay, we don't need that anymore. I don't think there's actually any point in keeping this around, so let's ditch that stage. And we'll turn off SAS, we don't need that any longer. Okay, not too shabby. Not too shabby. Even though I lost control, it wasn't a catastrophic failure. Now, I've done that before where it flips around like that and the thing has come apart, so there's going to be lots of entertainment value ahead as I try to steer these things. Now that's coming, so you can see how that's not falling as fast because it's an empty thing. And I think that might be Ferrum that's doing that. I don't know if stock will do that. Okay. I think we're going to get down to 10 and then maybe I'll hit the chutes. So at least we'll start slowing down. See, I guess we're slowing down pretty good because we got that big flat base now instead of that bullet shape. Oh. What's going on? There we go. I don't know what the heck happened there. You have to pay closer attention to what's going on with the parachutes. Oh, there it goes. Now it caught up with us. Yeah. Take a look at that, Jeb. That could be you. What are we on? We're over Highlands. Wonder if that's something we can do a crew report on. Yep, Highlands. Highlands. Oh, very nice. Shoots popped. Slowing down. Nice pyrotechnics below us. All right. Now we will warp. Time warp down. Well, that wasn't too bad. We need 45. What was it? 45 science to get to that next node that we needed, though. And I think we can get it between that, because I don't think we've been in the Highlands before, so we should be able to get some more. Yep, I agree. We should be able to get some more here. You know what I'm going to do? The mystery goo container here. I am going to reset. Oh, I can't reset. Yeah, I can. I'm going to reset this one and have it do an observe on the ground here, because I think whatever it would have got after this guy had been done would have been less than 3. So I think that's going to be a more efficient. Oh, I put the parachute right over the hatch. Can we get out? We can. Good job, Jeb. And we'll grab that, and we'll store that. We'll let go of the ladder. We'll do another EVA report, and back in. Okay, so one of them that we have is a dupe, so we're gonna have to dump one of them. Okay. Okay, good enough. Good enough for who it's for, as they say. Okay, so we're running out of the easy ones. 58 science, so we get 17.5 science. Awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, and our funds are slowly climbing up. I don't know if that's necessarily enough to risk an upgrade on. Well, obviously not that one. 52,000, 30. Now we could probably do this one and still leave us plenty of funds left. Oh, something happens when you're not very smart. We'll do an upgrade, and that'll let us store up some of those contracts if we find any that happen to be good too. Okay, anyway, science tech. Let's do a research on this. Bing. And that's going to take 11 days to research that. So we did get one upgrade point for the time thingy, and I think I'm going to put that in R&D to make the science come up faster. So if we look at that, it's probably, yeah, see, now it's down to 5 days, so that's good. All right, let's see what we have here. Now our next one is 56,000, so there's not another one above there, so I am going to combine that one with escape the atmosphere. So we'll do those two as part of one mission, and that'll give us a nice chunk of change there. Let's see if we have anything else we can add with it. Everything else is in flight, in flight, in flight. Okay. We're never going to take a solid fuel booster into orbit, so I'm going to get rid of that. Let's see, radial parachute. That's certainly doable. That's right within our range of altitude and speed, so that's definitely doable there. So I'm going to take that one. Now I'm not limited by 2. A solid rocket booster. I just don't see ever using a solid rocket booster in flight, so I'm going to get rid of that. Stack decoupler. That's an awfully narrow window. I'm not going to bother with that. Land in the mountains. That's a bit of money there. That's that's not bad there, but that's a pretty narrow window. I don't think I'm going to be going that slow when I get there, though. And we're going to take a solid fuel booster into a suborbital trajectory. No, probably not. Okay. Get rid of that one again. Okay. Good enough. Good enough. Good enough. Okay, so we're going to go for these altitude. We're going to try to escape the atmosphere right now. We're not going for an orbit, but we're going to see if we can get into the atmosphere. And we're going to use the Mark IIR radial parachutes and try to get down. That's the goal. So let's load up. Oh, we still got our nice little Sparrow, which I don't see any reason to change this guy at all other than possibly give him a bigger boost at the bottom. What can we do for boost at the bottom? Let's see. I think we had plenty of gas left when we did 30 some, right? I think we did. I think we could probably... I wonder if we can get all the way out of the atmosphere with this. We probably can. As long as I don't flip it over again. Yeah, I think we're gonna. And then again, it shouldn't take too long because it's the same one we had just done. The only other thing to possibly do would be to throw in a little bit more fuel, but then I don't know. That's going to cost us 5,900, of which we will recover 3,100. Not too bad. Let's give it a shot. Give it a shot. All right. And then we'll get that other science stuff, and we'll start working on that stuff. Okay. So we got to do launch pad reconditioning, and while that is going on, we're still building the old Sparrow Mark 1. Yay. All right. So here we're already at our first month, and we haven't even left the atmosphere yet. Okay, Science Tech, where's our ship? Oh, it's in storage. We're going to roll that out. Okay. An hour and 13 minutes to roll it out. And then we'll probably run this guy up to morning as well. Now, since I'm going to drop the entire everything other than the capsule, I think I can do more of a straight up and down launch on this, since we're not, shaped like a bomb. So I'm going to give that a shot. Okay, but first, before I do this, let's speed up. Let's find morning. Another 6 hours. Or I really ought to get these two things in sync. We have a 6-hour time and a 4-hour and a 24-hour time. Oops, hitting too many different things here. Okay, get rid of that. And we will launch. And we're going to stick with Jeb because I don't think I can actually fly anything without Jeb being there. Until we get some more tech that allows some of these other guys to fly a little better. Alright, SAS, we're staged properly. I should probably have a little checklist of things that I should be making sure I have done every mission. Alright, take this back to altitude. So 25,000 max. Let's bring that up to about 1,000. It just kind of seems a little close on occasion. Okay. So we're going to go out of the atmosphere. Ready, Jeb? Okay. Alright. Punch it. Oh shoot, I forgot to turn down the that solid rocket booster. So we're actually wasting thrust here by pushing so hard into the densest part of the atmosphere here. I wonder if that's actually gonna... Well, we'll just kind of leave it alone here and not mess with it and see what happens. Well, I gotta mess with it a little bit because I'm a little paranoid about coming straight down. So we'll just do that. With the DeadlyReentry mod, we're now actually going to probably do our first actual real re-entry here because we're going out of the atmosphere and back down. So we're going to, oh boy, we got to do that. Turn up the throttle here. Hopefully he doesn't flip over. I think we'll be okay. With the DeadlyReentry, you know, when it shows the graphic of all the heating up and stuff, that actually is potentially going to cause damage to your parts depending on how hot it gets. And that's why we have this resource here called ablative shielding, and this will burn away. We have 250 of this on the capsule. If this burns away completely, then the capsule itself will start taking damage. And that's generally not a problem unless you come in too steep too fast. And at this, we're just going to pop up above the, you know, above the atmosphere and back down. That shouldn't be a problem at all. But when you're coming in, you know, back to re-entry after being at the moon or farther out, you know, you're going to be coming in, you know, well in excess of 2,000 meters per second, and that could definitely be a problem if you don't cut it shallow enough so that the atmosphere slows you down sufficiently. If nothing else, you need to slow down enough that you can actually use your parachute. Okay, so we need to get out of the atmosphere, which I believe is 70K, and that's looking real nice. What's our... Oh, we're a nice little trajectory there, so we're not going to come straight down and drill a hole in the ground. So there's our 50. What do we want? 56. Yeah, that's going to be good. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's only 60. But that said 80. Let's get up to about 80 just to make sure that... Oh, that's nice. Very nice. Okay. Let's turn off the SAS. How's our... Oh, plenty of battery power. So I still have some fuel left to do any adjustments or to slow us down a little bit on our way down. So we did get this contract fulfilled, which gives us 33,000 and a nice chunk of reputation there. So that gets us up to 120,000. Oh, while we're up here, we're out of the atmosphere now. Let's do our science experiments. We'll observe the mystery goo. 10 science. And on the other side, we'll do the same thing. Now, we're not going to get 10 out of both of them, but we'll probably max out whatever we can get for this particular experiment. We'll do a crew report. That's 5. Okay. All right, so we got both of those. 15 science. Yeah, nice. Okay. This red dot here, that's where the Space Center is. No, that's from RemoteTech, which we haven't got to yet, but that's a communications mod. That means you have to have a line of communication satellites and stuff if you're going to do any of the transmitting any of your science. If you want to transmit the data, you have to have a communications link, and if you have an unmanned craft, you have to have a communications link, or you can't do anything with them. So we're going to have to set up a series of communication satellites in orbit around Kerbal in order to facilitate that. Okay, we're moving at quite a clip. put him on a retrograde and put the SAS back on. And we'll probably use the last of our fuel to slow down enough. I think we're fine. We're going to go through. I think, well, we're still pretty steep, but we're coming in. You know, we just barely popped out. We're already really slow, comparative to coming into reentry from somewhere other than Kerbal orbit. But we might as well use up that gas, that fuel, to slow us down. Oh, we got to pay attention to this parachute thing too. Okay, so we'll jettison that, turn off the SAS, and let it find its own way here. We're still going awfully fast. Oh my, yes, we're going very fast. We might not be able to do this. No, we're not going to be able to. By the time we get out of that altitude thing, our speed's still going to be too high. Okay, that's alright. We'll be okay. So I should have... Well... That's going to be a toughie to get, because we're not going to be doing these low altitude ones. We'll pick him up at some point. Well, you know, I don't have to pop him at the same time, do I? Alright. Well, that was a success. Oh. No, they popped. That's still pretty fast, 7.9. I think I'm going to want to throw 3 on here just to ensure that we get down without any damage. Because I'm going to add that Science Junior to the bottom of this when I get that, and that'll be essentially our capsule piece going forward. Splash. And since we're again in the water, I don't think there's any point in coming out because we've already done all of that. What do we got here? 53 science. Okay, so we got 25.3 science. See, yeah, see that first mystery goo we got 10, and the second one we got 2.3. We recovered almost 3,100, well 3,000 of our fundages. No XP gain. Okay, if you ever wonder what's left in your science, you can go to the science archive, and you can see, like, mystery goo, for instance. We can see that while in space there's not much, you know, we have a small amount is all that's really left that we can get from any of these. Or a crew report. You can kind of find where your gaps are, things that you've missed. But again, that's just over where you're at. If you haven't, like, we can do this with every one of these biomes. You know, it's not going to show the biomes we haven't been to yet. So we should be able to have a 5.6 EVA report over all of the other biomes. Splashed, obviously, that's only going to be water. But landed, again, we have grasslands and highlands. There's going to be all the other biomes again for those. Okay, well, I think that's going to do us for this episode. I still haven't got anybody killed, and we're already into episode 3. So that's well, I wouldn't exactly call it a record, but it's pretty good for me. So I guess we'll call this episode to a close, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.